Hi everyone. Can you hear me now? Okay, so we're working on the lesson age puzzles. So I have restarted everything. You can complete the lesson by yourself. If you have still any problem with the lesson, you can ask me later today, right? Now we're going to start with the next lesson, that is find two numbers based on sums and differences. So let's just start with the next lesson, right? So the next let's just start with an example. The difference of two numbers is 2. The sum of the two numbers is 20. What are the two numbers? So basically, you need to find two numbers. When you subtract them, the answer is 2. When you add them, their answer must be 20, right? So what are the two numbers? When you add them, they makes 20, and when you subtract them, they makes 2, right? So you have to start with making different combinations of the numbers and see their difference and the sum, right? Like you can make a table of sum and differences. Here you can see the differences, like which two number have the difference to 6 minus 4, but when you add they makes 10. Then 7 minus 5, the difference is 2, but when you add they makes 12. Then same 8 plus 6, the difference is 2, but when you add they makes 14. So the both the conditions must be true. When you subtract them they makes 2, and when you add them they makes 20. So the numbers, the right numbers when you subtract them makes 2, and when you add them makes 20 is 11 plus 9, right? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, the difference of the two numbers is 5 and their sum is 13, right? So with the practice questions, you are given the options. You have very easy, that is very easy for you to find the correct option, right? Just check for the options. You don't need to make the table of difference and sum, right? Because here you are given three of the options. You can just check 4 plus 4, add them. 4 plus 4, sorry, 4 plus 4, the sum is 8. 4 minus 4, the sum is 0. Neither of the condition is true, right? Just check with the second one. 9 plus 9, that is 18. 9 minus 9, that is 0. Neither of the condition is true in both the cases, right? Just check for the last one. 9 plus 4, that is 13. And 9 minus 4, that is 5. So you can see the difference. These are the two numbers whose difference is 5 and whose sum is 13, right? So the correct option is 9 and 4. Right? The correct option is 9 and 4 are the numbers whose difference is 5 and whose sum is 13. Got it? Okay, the next one is the difference of two numbers is 1 and their sum is 11. What are the two numbers? So, which is the correct option? Which two numbers have the sum 11 and difference 1? You cannot see my. Okay, so you're given two options, 6 and 5, 4 and 5, right? Just check, just subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1, right? And add 6 minus 5 is 1. And when you add them, 6 plus 5 makes 11, right? So that is the correct option because the difference of these two numbers is 1 and their sum is 11. Got it? The correct option is option number 1. 6 and 5 is the correct option. These are the two numbers that have the difference 1 and the sum 11. Got it, everyone? Okay, the difference of the two numbers is 6 and the sum of the two numbers is 16. What are the two numbers? Which is the correct option? The options you are given is 11 and 5. 5 and 11. The second one is 11 and 5. Which is the correct option? Okay, start with the first option, right? Just add 5 plus 11, that is 16. But when you subtract, you cannot subtract a smaller number from the greater one, right? 5 is smaller, you cannot do 5 minus 11, right? So that means that option 1 is not the correct one. You have to look for the second one. When you add 11 plus 5 makes 16, and when you subtract 11 minus 5 makes 6, right? So you can see the second option is the correct one. 11 and 5 are the two numbers whose difference is 5 and whose sum is 16. Got it? So the correct option is 11 and 5. Got it? The correct option is the second one. Okay, the next one is the difference of two numbers is 4 and their sum is 8. What are the two numbers? Which is the correct option? Which option is the correct one? The correct option is option number 1, 6, and 2 are the correct option. When you subtract, the answer is 4, and when you add, the answer is 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. The next one is the difference of the two numbers is 2 and their sum is 14. What are the two numbers? Which is the correct option? No one is answering when I ask question. Otherwise, you just keep talking. The correct option is the last one, 8 and 6. The difference of these two numbers is 2, and when you add them, they makes 14. So the correct option is 8 and 6 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is almost the same one, but here you have some conditions with product and quotient also, right? So find two numbers based on some difference, product and quotient. Okay, let's just start with the first test questions. The quotient of two number is 1 and the sum of the two numbers is 20. What are the two numbers? Quotient means when you divide the number, the answer is 1, right? Here you are given the quotient. Quotient means when you divide two numbers, the answer is 1. Just look at the first example. They are 10 and 10. When you divide 10 by 10, the answer is 1, right? 10 times 1 is 10. 1 is the quotient here, right? So 10 divided by 10 is 1. And also when you add, they makes 10 plus 10 makes 20. So option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? 10 and 10 are the numbers. When you divide them, they make, when you quotient, their quotient is 1 and their sum is 20. So option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? The next one is the difference of two numbers is 5. Their sum is 25. The difference of two numbers is 5. Their sum is 15. What are the two numbers? So which two numbers have the difference 5 and the sum is 15? Which is the correct option? So, which is the correct option? No one is answering. Okay, the correct option is the second one, right? 10 plus 5 makes 15, and when you subtract them, the answer is 5. So, the correct option is option number 2, right? 10 and 5 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, the next one is the sum of two numbers is 13 and the product is 30. What are the two numbers? Product means when you multiply them, the answer is 30. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is the correct option is option number 1, 10 and 3. Because 10 plus 3 makes 13, and when you multiply them, 10 times 3 makes 30. So, option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? The next one is the product of two numbers is 4. The quotient of two numbers is 4. What are the two numbers? Which is the correct option? Product means when you multiply them, the answer is 4, and the quotient means when you divide them, the answer is 4. So the correct option is 4 and 1 because 4 times 1 is 4, and when you divide them 1 times 4 is 4. So the product is 4 and their quotient is 4. So the correct option is option number 3, that is 4 and 1 is the correct option. Got it? The difference of two numbers is 6. Their quotient is 7. What are the two numbers? Which is the correct option? The difference of two numbers is 6 and their quotient is 7. What are the two numbers? Which is the correct option? The correct number is 7 and 1, right? Because when you subtract them, 7 minus 1 is 6. And when you divide them 1 times, 7 is 7. So the correct option is option number 1, that is 7 and 1. The next one is the difference of two numbers is 2 and their product is 3. What are the two numbers? So which two numbers have the difference 2 and their product is 3? Which is the correct option? Yes, that is option number 2, right? 3 and 1. 3 and 1 have the difference 2 and their product is 3. 3 times 1 is 3, and when you subtract them, 3 minus 1, the answer is 2. So second one is the correct option. 3 minus 1 is the 3 and 1 is the correct option. The sum of two numbers, The sum of two numbers is 12 and their quotient is 11. What are the two numbers? Which two numbers have the sum 12 and quotient 11? Yes, the correct option is 11 and 1. When you add them, they makes 12, and when you divide them, they makes 11. So the correct option is option number 2. Very good. The product of two numbers is 48. The sum of two numbers is 14. What are the two numbers? So which two numbers have which two numbers have their product 48 and their sum 14? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 8 and 6 is the correct option, right? Because 8 times 6 is 48 and their sum is 8 plus 6 is 14. So the correct option is 8 and 6, right? The quotient of two numbers is 2. Their difference is 3. What are the two numbers? Which is the correct option? Yes, that is 6 and 3. The correct option is 6 and 3. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 3 math. The chapter we were working on is logical reasoning. The lessons we have covered today are age puzzles, find two numbers based on sum and difference, find two numbers based on sum, difference, product, and quotient, right? So, please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So if you have any questions related to the lesson we have just finished, you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any, right? No questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.